Hello and welcome to the 17th episode of the Ecobitch Actress Podcast, Season 2. My name is Sadie C. I'm your host. And let's welcome back our co-host. What's amazing? Before I ramble, please, if you're free tomorrow night, come out to the Ice House to see my comedy show. It's a competition show. I don't care about competition, but please come. In preparation of this show, I have made a poster. I have gone to a ton of open mics. I'm telling you, open mics are not fun, but I went. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yeah, once in a full moon. Once in a full moon? Okay, once in a full moon, it's fun. So that's like once a month. You met people that are pretty good and you become friends. But most of the time, the masses are not super fun because, well, last night I went to an open mic and it was great. And then people started leaving in the middle of the 2.5 hour open mic, which is okay. But I stayed till the end and the number of people dwindled at the very end. The last comedian, another white man, he was doing his bit and he mentioned the Epstein files, which those assholes are horrible. But this comedian first asked another person who had no opinion. Then he asked me, okay, if you're gonna pick me, then be prepared to be burned because I don't like to be asked stuff at an open mic or show. But I had trauma from going to a first date at a comedy show and being heckled by all the comedians. So I don't like being asked a question. I'm not a high school student. You're not, but you still play one. That is true. Maybe that's why he asked, but he was like, have you read the PDF files? Like, no, I don't have that time. And why would I want to make myself throw up? I get my news from social media, so I'll just read about it and it's gross enough. But then he also roasted Elon Musk. And so I said, according to my sources, Elon Musk is not involved. His name was mentioned, but he wasn't involved. And then he was like, oh, so you're like a Elon Musk fan or whatever. Oh my God, like he asked me, so whatever. And I actually am not an Elon Musk fan. So yeah, I can defend myself more in the podcast. But that comedian was just, what the fuck did he want me to say? He didn't know. He was playing with fire. So he got burned and he didn't get the audience work he wanted. That's what you get for picking me to do audience work. So every other comedian, learn from this. Don't pick me. I have the biggest resting bitch face for this reason. Do not pick me or you will get burned. It will not be funny. I only am funny if I'm paid on stage at a comedy show, period. Great. That should be its own segment. Okay. All my new listeners are gone by now, but hello. If you have never listened to this podcast, we start with an eco tip that's great for the environment, might not be for you, but who cares? Followed by an actress story. But good thing I've already got like one open mic story for you because today's eco tip is short and simple. Okay, I did promote my show. Come tomorrow night. See you there. By now, no one's listening, but hey, today's eco tip is super amazing. If you live somewhere that snows, this is the tip for you. Listen up, which I don't, but you can use this tip. I saw this tip on a reel that was recommended to me. This man who lives somewhere in Northern Europe where it was snowing like crazy, he was like, this is how you clean a carpet. And he took out like 10 carpets from 1920. First of all, who has a carpet from 1920 or whatever? Well, people do. Europeans do. That's true. It's all in Europe. But like, you can imagine it's a rug dirty as fuck. And he was like, this is how, I was taught by my grandma or somebody of how to clean a rug. So a rug that old, I don't think you want to get it modern cleaned with some cleanser. Cleansers are not great for the environment if it's chemically based. So what he did was he first gave the rugs a little sunbathing time. I don't know. He was like first the sun and then after a few hours he laid the carpet down and put fresh snow on it. And then he started kind of rubbing it using a dry mop or dry brush. And he started brushing he started brushing the rug with this dry brush. So he didn't put anything on it, just snow. And he rubbed it away and then dusted all the snow off and then turned to the back and did the same thing with the back, like using the snow as an agent to rub off all the dust. It's pretty exciting. And then hung it again on some clothing line to be sunbathed again. And that's how he cleaned his rug. Honestly, I don't know how clean that rug would be, but it is an eco tip I'm willing to give in my podcast of, 20 people listening. Like, there's no harm in trying it out. If he and his grandma and the grandma's grandma did it like that, and it costs $0. So try it with your rug. I'm serious. And I also saw a comment below that said, do it with powder snow. So there, extra tip, use powder snow. That means absolutely nothing to me. But yeah, do it. You're welcome for the tip. Now moving on to the actress story. My neighbors have been listening. It's kind of annoying. Today's actress story is kind of like a sweet memory. It's about a story of me being a reader for a casting director. As an actor, casting directors are who we kiss up to. You would be amazed at how some desperate actors would kiss the asses of those CD casting directors who cast projects. And to me, it is not just the casting director. It is like all stars aligned for you to get that role. But some actors can go really far, emailing them, calling them every month, every week, just to annoy them, which you shouldn't do. But anyway, casting directors pick actors. They don't make the ultimate decision. They're just the first round, if you will. As an actor, it's important to have good relationships with other casting directors. And I don't have that many, but what I was taught was you have a natural relationship where they pick you and you have an audition, you didn't book it, but they remember you and then they might pick you for the next audition. And that's a natural way. They remember you were a great actor and they might want you next time. My teachers, they say that's the best way. So I don't stalk anybody. Yeah, they stalk you. You don't stalk them. The story is I met this one casting director at a casting director class, like official classes that they offer actors take, and you get a good class out of it and learn stuff. He's pretty cool. And anyway, he happened to be casting some Asian actor project. So we actually exchanged info because first of all, I threw down. I did a really great performance, he said, and he praised me in class. And then afterwards, I got his email. And then it's just all luck. So the project he was casting needed an old Asian woman, Mandarin speaking woman role, which I'm not old enough to play, but I speak Mandarin. So he actually, after finding out my talents, he picked me to be the reader. So I got to see the whole process of how it was a feature film or a TV show and how they picked. So in the initial round, they picked maybe 6. There isn't that many because it's actually a very small pool if you want to find Mandarin speaking older woman. And I saw all of their performances. I was the reader. Being a reader is a skill. Like you read the script for them to act. You read the other person's role. And I'm pretty good at it because I've done this for a long time. So at the second round or third round, I went with everybody, the whole crew, to the last round, which is where they cast out of maybe 3 or 4 people. And the director, the producers are all there on Zoom. Yeah, it was a Zoom. It was a few years ago. So like a Zoom world. And it's exciting because I don't get paid. Or actually, he paid me. Like he didn't have to because he can just cough a little and 10 actors will want to be his reader. That type of thing. So it's actually okay to not be paid because it's like a kind of based on goodwill. I don't know. But he paid me. He's great. And then at the last round, I got to meet all the directors and producers on Zoom. And they get to see my excellent reader skills. I'm actually just an assistant to help the casting process. But it's really cool to hear because when the actors are gone, they discussed who's good and who's not good. Oh my God, these people are very practical and direct. Yeah. So I learned it's not that talent is the only thing. There are a ton of things that matter. So that's why I'm saying all stars have to align for you to get that role. It's been like 2 years. I don't know if he remembers me still. And I am still waiting for that director to call me on his next project. Still waiting. Just kidding. I don't wait. I don't need to wait. But the whole experience was amazing. And I have since read for other people, for other feature films. And reading as a reader is just one of the arsenals I feel like actors should have in their backpack, whatever. But guys, hopefully see you tomorrow. For more updates, please go to Instagram at SadieC Official. Bye.